What's up? Welcome to it. You're tuned into the Hip Hop Galaxy podcast, episode 717. Yeah. I am Abuhle Banks.
Silas Beats.
It's your boy Ali.
And on today's episode, we will be handling your music questions. Silas, take it away.
Right.
Your music-related industry question.
Yeah. So, first one, I actually wanted to ask for you. You have personas, right? You've got these, got these music personas, right?
Yeah.
And
one music persona,
you make music and you post music.
Yeah.
So you've got people that you work around, right? At your 9 to 5s. We all have 9 to 5s in this room, right? The worlds will inevitably bleed into each other at some point. Give me some of your experiences of that, or how you feel about having your professional self, your 9 to 5 self, and having your this self, all of this that we're doing now.
You want to start?
Yeah. Flip. Yeah, for me it's a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big thing because, like, at work. So I work as a physio. So the 9 to 5, I'm a physiotherapist. In scrubs, like health professional, whatever, in a clinical setting, and then obviously the music business after hours. So it's a trip, right? Because firstly, at work, I'm usipile, the physio and whatever. People look at me differently when you're talking medical terms. Like, the conversations are different. The concerns. My concerns are the patients.
Yeah.
You're talking about studies and whatever.
Yeah.
But then the moment, it's happened quite a few times where, because like there's comms, we work with comms, right? So new staff coming in every year, and also just people just outside, like in the different clinics. So what would happen is they're gonna find out that I'm somehow in this music thing, and then they go onto Instagram, and bruh, for me it's a trip. It's a trip because they'll go on Instagram and they're like, whoa. Whoa, who's this? Because now they're seeing me in clothes, and now they're hearing me say things that I would not normally say in a conversation in the clinic. And I've had very odd questions, man. Because at first, I think for them also it's a trick. Like, whoa, so this person has a life, firstly, outside of the clinical setting. Like, you have a life, you have friends, you're doing other things and skills, and you cast or you. Are you so in the music industry? Like, what are you guys doing? Are you featuring this artist? And can you please make a beat for us? Can you please it's hard, man. Like, it's hard, and I think my biggest thing or struggle is the fact that the music person and me, myself, like Usipile and Ayali, there's a very big difference between the two. Like I'm a chill guy. Like, I don't want to be out there talking about things on songs. But like when it comes to the music, or like when I'm behind, the screen, and I have to like talk to an artist on the other side, there's a certain mindset I have to step into. So I think even for them, it's like it's two different people, and they can't find ways to like cross over. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's dope, bro.
No,
it's dope. No, I say it's dope because for me, it's not like that at all. So like I work in sales. I'm customer facing. Kind of when people learn that I make music, it's like, oh, you make music. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, okay, cool. Where's the report? It's like a fun 2-minute thing, and it's like, okay, but there's still a job to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you do that outside, but you're still here. It's not like you're famous. If it was like, yo, I saw you on SABC One, then it would be different. It would be like, hey, dog, what's going on? Why are you still... But I still think eventually they'd be like, okay, but where's the report, Because we're still here doing a job. So I think, but it's different because you're in the medical space, so we kind of have a view of medical people. You don't think of people outside, and there's like an authority figure sort of... That's how you kind of think about them. So you think like they're in the hospital or whatever 24/7. You don't even... have the to be like, yo, this person does this.
Yeah. And it never stops. there was a post. I posted something. So like I was playing around and I recorded not a song, but like just a hook.
Yeah.
Just basically talking about like scrubs, like rocking my scrubs and do-rag.
Yeah.
Right? It was just ongoing. So I put it up on Instagram, just playfully, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that. Hey, bro, that thing is still going on to this day. Like, hey, we'll see, where's your scrubs? Rocking my and I'm like, bro, that video was 2 years ago. I'm not trying to have that conversation, but it never stops.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing is like, oh, okay.
But
so
now, is it embarrassing for you or do you embrace it?
it's not embarrassing. I won't say embarrassing, but it's just like when I'm at work, bro. Like I'm not a rap. I'm not a engineer. I'm not trying to have that conversation. Like I'm not there. You know, I don't want to talk about it. You know, so I'm not embarrassed. Just that like I'm not in that mindset that they want me to be in. Because now the perception, I think for them, they expect you to now be a certain kind of person. Like, oh, now I can have this conversation with Silas. You know, because now it's not Silas, it's Adrian. Oh, so bro, so tell me, when you know, like, oh, do you like this song? Have you heard the song? And I'm like, no, I don't sit and like go through Apple Music or whatever. Because now they rely on you to do everything music related. So it just never stops.
There's a different perception of it.
I think that doesn't bother. I think maybe it doesn't bother me because like we'll do presentation. We'll be like, oh, we need sound. Hey, Bushle, you do the sound. It's like, okay. Well,
So that does happen.
Yeah, that's happened.
But it's
like,
I guess it's
you
another
know,
skill that you bring to the workplace. That's great.
Yeah, so it doesn't bother me. It seems like it bothers you.
How do you feel? Because I mean, how do you feel?
Nah, I go through it. I go through it a lot. Bro. It's
Like
hectic.
give them like a blank stare. Like,
It's weird. I think it all depends on how it comes up.
yeah.
Because if it comes up as one of those things, hey, yo, man, I am. Someone actually asked me to teach their child how to make music.
Yeah.
That was the blanket question. Like I got a question. I was like, what? Can you do it? And I was like, no. Like I
you
wasn't.
can, though.
I can, but I wasn't I wasn't comfortable with that particular person approaching me in that way
Okay.
about that particular thing. I don't know, man. It was
Seems like a very innocent question.
I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But sometimes it comes about as curious. When it's curious,
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be like, oh, I see that you do that thing. I'll be like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am short, but they'll be like, oh, what is it? I'll say it's music production. Oh, what's that? Oh, we make beats, it's recording, mixing, mastering. I'm sure you saw those studios. Yes, I did. It starts a decent conversation, but sometimes you just like, you're shocked. I don't know, and they'll be like, man, I was looking at your status the other day. How's your side hustle?
I feel like I'm that type of person. If I see somebody do that, I just go crazy. I'm like, yo, dog, tell me more. So I don't find a problem with it. That's probably why.
I'm okay with it. I really am. Before I really wasn't. Eh? But,
Really?
yeah. I would. There was this very, very thick line between that side
But
and the other side.
for you guys, I mean, it's happened before. There's been like TV presenters that are doctors. There's been like musicians. So it's not weird.
And when I realized that's when I started not embracing it, but I don't hide it.
Yeah.
Before I would like try and keep people away from
it,
seeing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But now on my statuses and whatnot, I don't block anybody. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna see it, you're gonna see it. If you're going to comment on it, you're gonna comment on it. If you see me and you comment to me, I will react. Obviously, as long as it's done within good faith, or it's done as an actual nice interaction. You're not teasing me or saying whatever it is. Then I'm okay with it. Now I'm a lot better about it.
but I also feel like also people don't know how to act. Like when they find this thing out,
They do
like,
change.
Yeah, because they like it's like I don't know, man. Like there's like a switch. It's like oh my gosh, so now you're this person, and I'm like no, like I'm when I'm at work and when you talk about
Respect me,
patience,
don't undermine me.
no, not respect me, but like not like that. But it's just like. If we're at work and we talk, because like at work, like during lunch, whatever, you have conversations about like personal stuff and whatnot. But it's just like now they look at you different, like, oh my gosh, so were you in the studio last week? I'm like, no, I wasn't. I was at home. So you were not recording. I'm like, no, I
it's
was.
just you guys are
you get what I'm
weird.
saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get what you
so-
said, but I play on it. I'm like, yeah, dog, I was with AKA. They're like, really? And I'm like,
It just creeps up. It just creeps. I think for you, it's like I don't know, but it just creeps up, and then you're just like, okay, this thing is here now, and you're like, that's why I'm gonna walk away. I think for me, I'm still at that.
you're still in that phase.
I'm gonna walk away, and it's like, hey, we're gonna follow you. So come, tell us about. I'm like,
Yeah.
Nah, man,
it's
you must
fine.
just have fun with it.
Yeah.
It happens eventually,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's living double lives. Next question. How recognized do you feel Christian rappers have become over the years?
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I only know one Christian rapper, dog, Lecrae.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah. Also, just
any
know Lecrae.
other Christian rapper, which is wild.
Yeah, I just know.
And maybe
Lecrae as
Kanye
well.
West.
Oh,
He has an album.
how do you feel about Christian music? Wait, how do you feel about Christian music, and how do you feel about music that has Christian content?
Well, I personally like I enjoy like Hill songs, so like that music, but like, and I've actually to be honest with regards to like that whole Christian rap, I've actually seen the gap. I'm like Lecrae, I only know Lecrae. I'm like flip, and that's a big market. Like people love that like Christian centered content. I just don't know how it would translate in terms of rap. But like I personally enjoy. Like I listen to like Hillsong, like when I want to recent and stuff. So
When you recenter.
yeah,
Okay. No, I didn't hear you there. I was like, what?
when I recent,
When you recenter. When you recenter yourself, and you?
I don't know. It's a bit of a wild one, bro. Because I'm always like, yo, what am I gonna listen to? Is this somebody preaching to me about how I'm unworthy, or I don't know. I've never
You've heard
like,
Linkin Park, though.
What do you mean? Have I heard Linkin Park?
Linkin Park.
Do they do Christian rap music?
They're a Christian. Come on, guys.
I've become so numb. I can feel my skin. Whatever.
No, but don't like they are. That was what, from what I know, that's how they came up. And I think that was the music that they were making. So their messages were of that.
Really?
Okay, so fine, let's pull away from that particular example because I can see what you're going to do. You're going to start pulling lyrics out of context, like what people do with the Bible, which is not fair.
which is not fair.
It's just not fair. Shame, it's not fair. But let's talk about the reason I said Christian music and music that has a Christian, Christian message in it. Have you noticed anybody pulling basically having that Christian-centered rap or Christian rap music with a little bit of Christian in it, besides Lecrae? Chance the Rapper?
Yeah, the
But I
gospel.
don't really listen to Chance the Rapper like that, to be honest.
He is. He does.
He does.
Yeah, he
so
does.
there are bits and pieces
he
where
does.
it's there. For me, I remember when I was at youth church, how people would try the Christian rap thing, and just sometimes I was like, it felt like someone was preaching at me, like they were saying stuff, and it's difficult because you're taking something that has nothing to do with the rap. It doesn't sound, it wouldn't be accepted by the rap community,
Yeah.
and you've got people who are in church that look at rap as
The
like
devil's
devil's
music,
music,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you try and sort of find a middle ground with them, and it
Weird
it
space.
wasn't nice because it was I would hear it and I'd be like, oh my gosh, my hip hop mind is thinking, wow, this is cheesy. And my Bible mind is like, but I suppose this is a nice lesson. It just needs to be put in a different way, right?
Yeah.
So then you start to then see your Lecrae's and the rest having music where they've kind of said that we're not going to Bible bash. We're not going to throw it at them. We're going to kind of make music and try and make it sound secular, and then have this element where there is an underlying message, not throughout the entire track, but one or two lines here and there.
There's P. I think P does it also, like in his songs, where like not every song, but like he does touch on like Christian or like talking to God or Jesus, and it doesn't sound cheesy.
But it's more about his faith. Versus in those songs where a lot of them were like come to Jesus, sort of like they're preaching. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So having that, and maybe then
Yeah.
like I see what Chance the Rapper as well will also do. Will talk about how his faith is affirmed, and you kind of have to learn the lesson about it, not directly. I'm not throwing the Bible at you, but I'm kind of showing you that I believed, and this is what happened to me. Good things happened, whatever it is, and I got to this place, sort of thing. So learn from me, and then take that on in your life. So it kind of has to be not subliminal, because then that makes it seem like they're trying to. But it kind of needs to just be like an undertone of it. Don't hit us with too much of it.
But I feel like that's how it should be. Because
any message.
Yeah, like any message, man. Like because with them, like when you listen to it, you're like, okay, I want to listen to your story, and then in that story, then you get the lesson. Like, you know, like because I've aligned myself with this, you know, higher power, I've been able to get through A, B, C, and D. And I feel like that's just how it should be versus now I have to be quoting Bible verses or whatever.
Yeah.
In mid-verse.
Yeah, but for me, I don't listen to Christian and gospel music. If I did, maybe I'd have more of an opinion on it. But I kind of try to avoid it.
But even gospel music.
Avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds too. It doesn't sound real. It just sounds very preachy and very like I was
gospel
saved
music.
And no, not gospel music as a whole, but I'm just saying Christian rap.
Christian rap.
I was just listening to. I don't know if it was Lecrae or it was another Christian rapper. He was like, I had to get out of the deal because those weren't Christian values. And I rolled my eyes and I'm like, really. Anyway.
Oh man.
But I like Christian music, not like rap, just like Christian music. And I feel like even then, like it's not come to Jesus. It's like
there are those songs.
Yeah, there are, but just like some of them are just like the ones I've related to. It's just like I was down and out, but yeah.
Okay, right. Moving right along. How does one get a distribution deal from companies like Def Jam Africa, Universal Music Group SA, but mostly with Platoon Distributors? Who's Platoon Distributors?
I don't know, bro.
Okay. Isn't it the
also a distribution company?
Yes, I think it's the one that AboQuest are using. Is it not? I think it is.
Let's say any sort of distributor. I see the other ones are all they all have distribution wings.
No, that's Africa. Sorry, I'm thinking about Africa.
Def Jam Africa.
Because I mean, Russ spoke about this. He's like, what is in the old world, distribution company would print the CDs and get it to the stores or something like that, right? That's what you were getting with a distribution deal. Well, this is just you being distributed to the DSPs.
No, not only.
What else happens?
So your distribution would either be to the DSPs.
Yeah.
You can get distribution onto caller tunes, things like TrackSource, distribution.
What's TrackSource?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know it goes along with that whole caller tune, that side of things. I've seen certain, I don't know what distribution company it was, but that was the package that they were offering. They were like, we're going to get it onto all of these platforms and we're going to give you visibility. So not visibility just in terms of your music is now online, but visibility in terms of we're now going to get you we're going to get your music distributed into these particular places.
Platforms.
So the distribution deal would help, but I feel like it only really help if you have like you've got a bit of
Traction.
a bit of traction
This
already.
guy was asking how.
How does one get one? Get a bit of traction. Look, I screened some of these questions before, and a lot of them, the answer is quite similar in that you're not there yet.
Yeah.
The thing will present itself. There's another one about managers we can get into just now. How one would then get a manager.
Yeah.
And again, it's the same thing that we keep saying. It's not your time just yet. And it's not just how do I get a manager, it's how do I get a good manager.
Yeah.
Here you see the names that they're dropping here.
Yeah.
Def Jam, and Universal Music. The mind it's in the clouds, right?
But first,
Let's see what you have already. You've got your boys. Okay, cool. What do your boys do? Do they have, okay, we can print CDs. Okay, this is how we can get the music to go out there. Okay, what else do you have? You've got DSPs. Do you have money? No. Let's use a free DSP, like a Muse. Let's get your stuff up there for the time being. When you finally have a little bit of cash, let's go and spend it on something like a DistroKid, working slowly up to that point. Because by the time you get from here to here, you'll have a better idea of how to then get to your universals. And
but also I think we need to give people credit. I think everybody knows that, but
no,
This guy.
No, they don't.
No, I'm saying they know that they need marketing. They
Oh,
know
yeah.
that they need to build and stuff like that. What gets a lot of people is the how do we do that? We've made this song.
Yeah.
Like, where do we go to? Like, what's people want like a path, a set path. They
like,
want like
yeah.
steps. Like, okay,
Step
you
one.
put sugar here, you do this like that.
I think it's first understanding what a distribution deal is and what it does, because some, like, I'm sure, like, when you go like on your Apple Music and it says released under what distributed by, and then your Def Jam recordings or whatever, we just have to understand what that means, or like licensed to a Sony Music and stuff. So I think that's the first part, because for them distribution, they possibly could have heard, okay, there's something called a distribution deal, and I want to be associated with like with the Def Jam.
So with a distribution deal, maybe this is an education point for me as well. My understanding is that you're paying a company to get you onto platforms so you can make money.
Not always paying.
Okay.
So you could also go into partnership with that
where
company.
they take a percentage of
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that differs from licensing, right? Where you're giving them a license to go and
Do whatever they want.
Exploit your music on your behalf.
Yes. And then they pay you a licensing fee.
Again, it depends on the deal.
So it could be a licensing fee or it could be a split where you get the split.
I believe with most of these record deals, whether it's license, I mean, we can call it whatever, publishing deal, distribution deal, all of these deals, it can go either one of those ways. Yeah.
I think, and also think people are looking for like the easy way. They want to get signed because they want somebody else to worry about getting them to blow up.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to worry about the money aspect. I tend to get the question of, are you signing people when the price list comes out, or we start discussing that stuff. People are like, but I'm sure there's an easier way. Aren't you signing people?
Yeah, I could just be your artist and just do free studio time. So let me ask, with regards to distribution, because with the licensing, right? So you're giving someone your music and they're exploiting, they can do whatever they want to do. They place it on radio, sync deals and stuff, né? And then you get a portion or a partnership. With the distribution deal, so let's say you are a Def Jam. I come to you and I'm like, hey, please, do I come to you and say, hey, please distribute my songs, and then we come to an agreement? Like how does Def Jam benefit from the deal?
Silas, you take that one.
How do you? So you're asking, how does Def Jam benefit from a deal where you go to Def Jam?
But I would assume that they see like
Potential.
Yeah, commercial. We can
So
make.
they have to see potential.
We can make money off of this guy. That's why we're giving him this deal. We see potential to make money and make a profit at that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, bro, I don't think they're signing Joe Soap, dog.
Well.
Yeah. They have to build something. But this is, the answer I gave, this is all got to do with the answer I gave in the beginning. It's just that I gave it in a very brash way because I'm so tired of hearing it over and over again. But it really is the same thing. You're not going to get the good stuff until you get a little bit of the other stuff.
I think it just needed to break it down, because like getting signed by a label, they have to see potential. We'll know that because the label is going to put money into you. So like I think it's just people understanding what the distribution entails. And why the companies would be like, no, not this one. So I guess the answer is get traction. put the work in.
We're gonna skip this whole thing. So I just edit all of that talking out and put my first. I'm playing. This is a weird question. I don't know if we're gonna get
like
an answer.
the weird ones.
You like the weird ones? I don't know if you guys heard about this. The satanic agenda in music.
Yes. I love these questions.
Is there such a thing? Case study how Ace Hood has been shunned from the limelight just because he doesn't promote Illuminati. Take it away, man. You love these questions.
Oh, man. This whole thing started with this whole Illuminati thing, right? The first time I heard about it, people tied it to Jay-Z. And I remember Jay-Z saying that he's won so much that people always look for reasons to explain why he's winning so much. Oh, you did this album, it's because you know these guys. Oh, you only number one because you had these producers. I remember in one of his songs, he says, I won so much, you guys put the devil on me. I think it's, what is it, Rick Ross's song?
Freemason.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People are always looking to blame something. Other than themselves.
Give credit to something.
That thing has always been there, that, music is Satan. You have to do a blood sacrifice. I mean, even in South Africa, people were saying that, hey, let me be careful.
Keep our beds.
I was going to mention a name, and say that this person said this, but people are saying, no, people are with snakes. They have snakes in their houses. They sleep with snakes. That's why they get so much money. They have to give sacrifices and stuff like that. It's because people don't like the truth that progress is slow. Progress takes time. And you have to keep on chipping away at it. But that's not sexy enough. People want a reason. People want gatekeepers. They want to create a big bad thing.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
The guys also played on it though.
Which guys?
Like the artists. Like the people in the music industry.
Of course, I would. I would too.
Like with that song, Freemason.
Yeah.
When I heard that song, bro, like Jay-Z goes on, and then like on his 18th line, right?
Yeah.
18th bar, he's like, what does it say? But like, I'm on my third six, but the devil I'm not.
Yeah.
So like, he says I'm on my third six, so 6, 12, 18, whatever. And so when I heard it, I was like, whoa, I'm on my third. I'm like, hey, my guy. And then on the same track is talking about like he wouldn't have been where he was if it wasn't for, So they've played on it. They understand that it sells. It gets the conversation going. 2011, bro, that thing was peaking. Like, if you do this, it's shy. People are talking about
or like documentaries about if you do this sign, it's like a devil worship. It's on the dollar.
They played it for us in church.
They did.
They played in church. I remember we were at youth, and it was for the youth, and there were lots of black males. We all knew. We knew Jay-Z. We were like, come on, guys. Yeah. There was Jay-Z, there was Rihanna was thrown in there as well. Things where you reverse the track and it's saying this and it's doing the other thing.
I think the conversation around it is that, does the music industry promote things that are not healthy for people in order to make a profit? And I think if you're arguing that, there's maybe a case for that.
Yeah.
But it's not. I think it's just capitalism at the end of the day. Sex sells, all of that stuff, and whatever. I think maybe if you're coming from there, but it's more to make money than anything else. I don't think there's somebody out there with an agenda to morally corrupt people.
We hope.
Yeah. Hey,
you just blown my whole thing by adding "we hope." People are like, "Oh, you see, Silas also is with us. He just can't say."
You saw how that guy was silent throughout the whole thing. Break things down.
Oh my gosh, this is just as bad. We don't have to answer it, but it's basically, is it a must for me to join Illuminati in order to be noticed? Because it's got me thinking otherwise. I'm not gonna say. But again, it's your thing of people making it. They're making this thing like, don't give things. You don't have to give the thing power. Other people actually just worked to get to where they are.
Bro, I should start a scam, illuminati.com. Send me 10,000 rand.
Bro,
I'm sure people have done that already. I'm sure.
And the thing is, you see that question, we can read over it and be like, whatever. My guy, there's someone back home. There's someone,
leave the Eastern Cape alone.
There's someone at home who's sitting thinking, but for me to be that big, it only makes sense. Like, and the thing is, when these conversations happen, because I mean, who will sit down and compile that whole documentary? So when you sit down, you think, flip. So for me to be that big, to be like a superstar and make that much money, all I have to do is sacrifice my soul, have a conversation with the devil.
Nigga, I ain't even seen my soul. The fuck? I'm gonna sell this shit.
What is a soul? It's like, I just need to have a conversation with the devil and that's it. Bro, I'm game. How do I find... There's a place in East London, bro, like the Freemasons, like a church.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw that thing. There was times like, I'm constantly like, hey, for me to make bag, I just need to go in there.
What, you saw your soul?
No. I went to that place. So we went there. I remember it was a bunch of friends from school. We went there because they've got that field, right? They got a big patch of grass in the front. Yeah. So we went in there. We're like, no, they're letting us play soccer here. So we're here just doing our thing.
Take your soul.
So we're there, we're doing our thing, and then out of nowhere, one of us just points up there, and then we're just like, hey, isn't it that That thing, because we're young, we don't know what these things is. We look, we're like, guys, let's leave. And we bounced, we left. I was like, I don't want to get involved in any of that stuff. Next, we disappear, and no thanks. Yeah. No thank
But
you.
yeah, don't join the Illuminati.
But I think people half want it to be real.
They want it to be real, bro. Not half. They want it to be real because it's easy. But yeah, bro, like if someone was like, yo, for you to make millions, all you gotta do, give me your soul.
It's easy.
What is a soul? Am I gonna be alive? Yes. Are you gonna enjoy the am I gonna enjoy the millions? Yes. Alright, dog, let's go.
Let's rock.
Let's go, dog. What is it? Let's go, you know? But I think also people have taken that selling your soul thing out of context. I think it's more about like sacrificing your principles and stuff. Like they'll make you do things you don't want to do. So you're not actually transacting, giving someone like this soul and then they own it, and then you know. I think it's just like
Your morals
and stuff. If they say in a music video you have to be doing these things or you have to have such people, you can't do anything
or you
about
have
it.
to sleep with this person to get the opportunity.
Exactly, and I think that's what selling your soul is. You know, and it happens in a lot of places where people get to a place where they just have to sacrifice their morals. So I think people like just need to remove that whole Illuminati thing. So yeah, you don't have to join the Illuminati, bro.
Promise you.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
What's it? Do you want to tell us something?
Yes, I run the Illuminati.
Okay, so this person's saying, if you once signed with a publishing company and the deal is done, but they haven't paid us yet. We've been playing on radio for years. What should we do?
Yeah.
Yo. There's pain there. Hey, there's even the small emoji with the dude with the crying face. It's
It's a heartbreak.
Yeah, you handle that one, Silas.
dude, what do you mean?
You've told us a couple of publishing companies.
Yeah, I have. But mine have all paid me.
And also, is it a reputable one? Because they don't
That's
mention
the thing.
who they signed with.
Exactly. That's the other thing. You know, you can drag a publishing company and say that so and so did badly, but maybe that whole thing of being desperate and just signing with the first publishing company you saw, it was actually just a scam, complete scam. So it could have been the case. We need to first check to see how legit this whole process was. Then from there, being able to track your music down, you're gonna have to you can do a search on the Samro portal where you can search for a song. So I've done it before where I've searched for music. We had one of our clients, we were doing admin for them, and we asked for the names of the tracks just to see. Some of the tracks did pop up, some of them didn't even pop up, so they hadn't even been notified with Samro. Some of them did pop up, but it didn't have the artist's name. It had the publishing company's name. Now, if I'm not involved in the song, I can't see the royalty splits from my profile. So I wasn't able to see the royalty splits on that track. But I was like, but buddy, your name is not there. You are going to now need to take another route. You can't go through Samro. They're not going to help you. You're going to have to go and take another route to figure out what is going on here.
Can't you lodge a dispute? Or?
How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
The way they notify the same song.
You could, but I'm sure by the time you get to that point, that song has been making money. That song has been making money, and now it's bigger than just a few royalties. You don't know what else is. Usually, it's bigger. If they've robbed you of your royalties, chances are, there's other things there.
So, what are the steps not to get screwed? How have you not got screwed by a publishing company?
So, checking to see that they're reputable.
How would you do that?
So I know on the Capesso website, they've got publishers there, ones that they trust.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can actually go through there. Then having a meeting with someone on your side that is a little bit removed from your situation. So if it's your boy, you guys are both excited, you get there, you're busy signing things, Whereas if I go there with someone who's a bit more sober, someone I know is not really gonna be like, you're gonna start questioning things.
Who's not like blinded by all of this. Okay, cool.
Then you watch out for the normal scam things, like if they rush an answer out of you, so that like this deal is only on the table for like 24 hours or 48 hours, then you know that because then they're playing on your, The other thing would then be, I guess then if they are going to give you a contract, they will hand it to you beforehand. and they will tell you
So
what
that
the
you can
terms
read
are so
over.
you can read over. In some cases, some publishing companies will say, let's get to work.
Sure.
Let's start doing stuff, and you'll see things along the way.
How does the publisher? Is it like for a certain number of songs, or is it like a certain number of years?
Years.
Or?
It depends.
So
It
it
really does
depends.
depend. So you can have non-exclusive deals with people. So say Uspile is a publisher, ILE is a publisher, ILE Publishing, right? And I go to them and I'm like, I've got tracks and I want to release them under ILE Publishing. We will then send the music through. It's 12 tracks. I send it through to them. They'll put it under their catalog, and that's it. That's the thing. Our contract will then say 50 years or 15 years or however many years. Some of them are, they'll stipulate how long the publishing agreement will be for, and that is how long that will last. There are some where they'll say you sign for 2 years or there's a certain fixed period, and in that time, they will then say, you need to give us this amount of music, or you can have a situation where they'll say 2 years and it's exclusive. Every single song that comes out of your studio must go through this publishing company.
And the benefits of doing a publisher, I know we've covered it in previous videos, but for people who haven't watched, what would be the benefits of signing with a publisher?
Reach. You get they allow, so there's the portion where they assist with the administrative work. Sure, you should always do your own administrative work where you can.
Work would be like ISRC.
Yes, the codes, the signing, all of that stuff. The promotional aspect, in that they might be able to sit in a room that you would have never had access
so like
to.
with a digital agency for like a commercial or something.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Or a movie or.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so they'll be able to get into that space. They would then also assist with what's this? Artist. What do they call it? Relationship management. So if we are
working with
all
different-
under the same publisher, they might be
Features.
like, you know what? It might actually be nice. We're gonna pitch a bunch of rap songs to a new upcoming movie, but I only have 2 songs. You have 3 songs. You've got 4 songs. Instead of us just pitching that, let's do a little bit of collaboration between us, and let's pitch all of the music as one body of work, and let's see if we can actually get some soundtracks out of this thing. So they've got that relationship management thing. All publishing companies operate differently. Some don't do the admin part. Some don't do relationship management. There is one, I remember one of the ones I did where they said they did relationship management, but it really wasn't. It wasn't.
And I would think you'd obviously negotiate on that basis. You give them a bigger percentage based on if they're doing more.
How much they're doing,
Yeah.
yeah. So in a typical, as an artist, your typical agreements, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 33%.
Yeah.
You
It's
can
a lot, eh?
you can negotiate downwards, and then there are other publishing agreements that can actually go in the other direction, up to a point of about 50%.
And that's 33% of gross earnings.
No. There'd still be a percentage that would go to your CMO. So if it's Samro, whoever it is, there's still a percentage that
okay.
they take. Samro has the administrative fee that they take off of everything. Just everybody.
So I'm saying, like, let's say you get 100 rand, then Samra would get their portion. After everybody's taking their portion, they take 33% of everything after the deductions. Or is it 33% before deduction?
So it's
After.
it would be after. They earn when you earn.
Sure.
So as a publisher, so all of that stuff happens, it makes its way down. If it's overseas, they might be sub-publishers or whatever it
Yeah.
is. By the time the music has gone through Samro and they've taken everything, once it finally gets to you, you then have that split to say, you get
So
that
much,
much as the
yeah.
publisher, we'll get this much. Now, as a publisher, they might stipulate that if you have multiple artists on a track,
Yeah.
that you're going to split it, and we are going to remain with our percentage. So we're not going to cut our 33. Y'all are going to split the
So
66.
it doesn't make sense for like an upcoming. But it does. It depends on your investment, how big you think you're gonna be, and how if you're gonna take them. If you think this publisher's gonna take you to the next level.
So there's situations I've been in where I'm like, you know what? I wasn't getting any of these placements. Like I look at some of my credits, I'm like, I wouldn't have gotten that. There's quite a
Yeah.
few. And I'm like, they actually did bring me a lot of money. And just to sleep well at night, I don't multiply by however much it would have been had I actually gotten the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a little sickening, but it's best to think of it from an angle of I wouldn't have gotten it had they not been a part of the process.
So if you look and you say, we got 1 million and they got 300,000, I wouldn't have gotten the 600,000 and 700,000.
Exactly. That'll just it messes with you.
And that 300,000 is just basically a fee for them finding. I guess it's, yeah.
Yeah, some deals are decent, others not so much. Okay. Anyone have anything to say about that? Nothing, hey? Okay. I think let's tackle one more. This one is about the movement, the South African hip hop movement, and artists not sticking to it. And at any point that they they sort of, they'll move. I'm just trying to paraphrase what I'm seeing because the way it's been written is a little.
Man, read it how it's been read, bro.
Why South African hip hop artist
Yeah.
don't stick to doing hip hop music, and just take it as that. I think it's
Okay.
best. Yeah.
So why don't they stick?
Yeah,
Just stick to
he's
hip
probably
hop.
talking about them going to the Yanos,
Okay.
like Reason and them. I don't know. You wanna tackle this one
No,
first?
no, you can go.
Go for it, dude. Last question.
Man, this Amapiano thing. Like I'm very disappointed in hip hop artists and hip hop producers because we basically we should be taking the sound and using it in hip hop and giving it a hip hop flavor. Because it's been it's our sound, right? So why are we not using it? We've done it with trap, we've done it with East Coast music, West Coast music, and things like that. Why can't we do it with Amapiano? And obviously, at the first time you do it, people are not gonna like it. There was a point in time where people didn't like the South; they didn't listen to Southern music. But if you take that music and you mesh it up with what the hip hop, like the traditional sounds, I think it can work. You've got artists like Costa Titch who are doing it. You've got producers like Must Be Dubs who are doing it. So I think we can't put boundaries on music and say this is hip hop and whatever. I think SA hip hop is going through an identity crisis right now. And yeah, man, they need to be allowed to figure that out. But I guess people are moving to different genres because there's more opportunity. There's more opportunity in Amapiano. I mean, we were saying, what's it? Reason signed to Warner.
Warner, yeah.
Yeah, dog. So I mean, where was Reason before? He was rapping his ass off, and we knew that Reason was dope. But since he jumped onto Amapiano, it's been different for him.
Yeah.
But I think there's an opportunity for hip hop in this country to kind of use that sound and make it its own.
I believe like a lot of like this whole thing with hip hop versus Amapiano, I think everyone is just stuck on it being Amapiano versus hip hop. Because at first when it was coming up, like the hip hop artists are struggling. It's like, hey, bro, this piano thing is coming. We have to basically shit on it,
Yeah.
And I think everyone now is just stuck on, hey, we have to continue shitting on this thing because if we don't, now we're breaking character.
And it's so weird because if you look at the Yano artists, they look like hip hop artists.
Because they are hip hop. We spoke about this in the last episode. They are hip hop artists, and they're moving there for opportunities and stuff. Because there's money and there's nothing wrong with that. I think confining yourself as okay, I'm a rapper. I'm not gonna shift to Amapiano because if I shift to Amapiano, it's a problem. Because the reason I think he spoke about it was saying like when he moved he shifted to Amapiano, changed his name. Like the game was like, what? Reason? The rapper, the hardcore rapper is now, moving into Amapiano. And I think what you're saying is true. Like it's an opportunity to bring the sound in, but it has to be done correctly. Because if you don't, it's just gonna sound forced. Where you've had quite a few instances where you're like, this thing is a hip hop beat. They just put the log drum, the log drum, and it's supposed to now be a fuse of like hip hop and Amapiano. So there's an opportunity, man, to create something bigger than like not bigger than Amapiano, but like something like a new sound that could benefit hip hop and bring about like more rap and stuff. But we just stuck. I think everyone is just stuck on it was a us versus them when it started, and now we can't now go back and be like, actually, there's nothing wrong. So
we're allowed to change our minds.
Yeah,
you're allowed to say, you know what, the thing was I didn't really like what was going on. I did that with trap. And I ate my words.
Humble pie.
I ate my words, and I make it. And I have elements in my beats now where I have trap. When it first came in, I was like, what is this thing? These damn 808s. I'll never use an 808 in any of my beats. And now it's part of the toolkit.
Yeah.
I have log drums sitting on my computer.
Yeah.
And from time to time, I'll pull one out and I'll be like, let me see if I can shove one in there. And then I'll turn the volume down. I'll be like, let me just remove it because it doesn't fit, right? But I don't want to be that person again where I'm like, no, I'm not going to make this thing again. I don't vibe with the music. I don't really enjoy it that much. There's aspects of it where I'm like, wow, it's an experience. I'm like, Amapiano is an experience. It's not just, it's not just people just coming together and just making music. There's a whole culture here. But I see it as not so much as this new genre that's popped up. We kind of do that with all of our things. Gqom, house, kwaito, Amapiano. They all have connections to one another. And I can bet that we don't even have to go that far to find a sound. We have songs where we have rappers rapping over kwaito beats.
Yeah.
Taking something like
Slow
that
down,
and then
slow down kwaito.
there you go. We don't have to do a hang of a lot to it, and then we just have to embrace one another. But I don't see those two worlds.
Let's take kwaito for instance, like you mentioned, right? Kwaito is basically, it came from kum tss, kum tss, kum tss, to kum tss, kum tss, kum tss, kum tss. I mean, it's just slowed down. It's just a little thing that you do. That hip hop could do the same thing, but you're stuck looking at America and what they're doing. You're waiting for their wave instead of creating your own wave and maybe taking those arrows where people are like, yo, this is whack, bro, and fuck this shit, and saying, no, bro, we're just gonna make this thing and make it doper.
So you're saying it's because we don't have a blueprint away from...
Nobody wants to stand out. Everybody wants to be... They want to be cool. They don't want to... Because if you stand out, there's a risk you're going to flop.
With Amapiano.
With anything, with any new sound, there's a risk you're gonna flop. That's why it's easy for hip hop to be like, we're gonna do what they're doing because it works.
Yeah, but like you look at an artist, man, like you mentioned Costa, he's doing it well in that he's infusing Amapiano.
Really well,
like he's like like when you listen to the what's the project with him and AKA.
It escapes my name.
But like you listen to like some songs and you're like, oh my, like you can hear the Amapiano element, but it's still like hip hop.
They actually took a song. Do you know that song? What's that thing? Nomaganjan. That song by Costa Titch. If you type in, you must go listen to it. If you type in free Cardi B beats, right?
Okay, yeah.
That beat shows up on the first page. All they did is they took that beat and they added log drums. And that's it. They probably bought the beat, the stems, they just added log drums. And it sounds like it's dope because it's like, it's a Cardi B, Cardi B's fast BPM and stuff like that. They just slowed it down, tweaked it a little bit, put log drums, and then there you go.
Yeah. Now people just need to snap out of that. It's Amapiano versus hip hop. But the thing is, I think for now we just have to embrace the fact that it's not gonna happen for now.
Yeah.
But it's coming. I think we'll get to a point whereby we can accept Amapiano as ours. I think also the heartache comes for the hip hop oaks is that these people. You are a rapper. Now you're out there, talking about things that don't make sense. We know you were in a studio together, you know what I'm saying? And now you're making money from saying nothing.
Balenciaga.
It's like, hi, dog. But I know you. I know you, Chief. And like what you're saying, bro, like with it being a lifestyle, that thing is hard. People think rapping about nothing is easy. The thing is hard because you have to you have to be hard. You have to get into that mindset. You listen to some song, you're like, this one could not have been created if these people are sober. Or if these people did not just come from a party. Like this is a whole vibe. So I think we have to respect it first. Amapiano as a genre, and then we can start bringing it into hip hop.
Do you think it will? So we've had a genre come in, or a new subgenre, if you want to call it that, in Gqom, come in and then very quickly fizzle. There was a time where it just stopped being the thing. Do you think that this is going to have a similar shelf life, or is this a little bit more palatable than that was?
What? Amapiano?
Yeah.
Amapiano are going nowhere, bro.
But people said the same thing about Gqom.
That was very regional.
Was it?
And it was very one-dimensional.
It got us.
Yeah, because it was like, what do they call it? Durban heavy metal.
It was a lot.
Yeah, because I heard it during December. It was dope, but then you hear it in January.
Exactly.
It was a lot.
Exactly. I was about to say now, like with the Gqom was fast paced. There was you couldn't play around with it. The sound. It was just, you have to be happy if you listen to Gqom. You can't go to work and be like, You know what? But with Amapiano, what they've done, what they were smart about, because at first it was just like it was just like that loud thing, you know. And then they're like, actually, now what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is we're gonna make this sound palatable in that you can play around it. You can make it fast, you can make it slow, you can make it soulful, you can make it groovy, and so if you don't like that cool lock drum, you can listen to a song that is like nice and it's playing on the keys and it's gonna be categorized under Amapiano. Some songs are just like, it's deep house, but then they're gonna say
like that Kelvin
Momo.
Kelvin,
that album was like, yo, bro, this is like deep house, but it's what? Amapiano.
I played it and somebody said, yo, why are you playing this jazz music? I was like, what? It's not jazz music.
It's not jazz.
Yeah. So
no, I get it.
So I don't, because it can still transform. It can become something else, and I feel like once that happens for a sound,
it's gonna be more like trap and less like dubstep. Dubstep was also like that. Dubstep came in hard all the time. It's like, whoa. Because in the beginning we were intrigued. We're like, what are these dinosaurs and these machines? What's going on? But at some point we were just like, but it didn't die. It just went back to whichever region it came from. The little niche there, which I think Gom did the same thing. Apparently there's an area out there somewhere where it's still, it's hectic.
I know the places in KZN, they don't fuck with Amapiano. They're like, turn that stuff off.
It's too chill.
No, it's because it's Amapi. Also, because like it's not from, doesn't originate from KZN. I think KZN is very like protective. You know, like if you're from KZN, like it's very protective of like whatever. There's a song though at Gom, piano crossover. That song, that's a song by the Central, Puze.
Oh,
So that song was supposed to be like a crossover of like Gom and Amapiano. And I'm just like, hey, bro, if you can, like this genre, if you
can do to
like
it.
it can tala Gom, it can tala hip hop, it can, so I don't think it's going anywhere.
That's what I'm basically saying. The best way to do it is have a genre like that where you can pull from different sources. But for me, I like listening to Amapiano, but Amapiano, it touches my soul. But then when you talk about hip hop, it's more about like your head and your heart. So that's why I can't listen to Amapiano for too long. And also when I listen to hip hop, there's like certain things that you can say in hip hop, like talking about ownership, talking about going and get it. You feel like doing stuff in hip hop, and that's why it's different from Amapiano. It's all about having a good time, chilling out, and whatever. So I always think there's going to be a place for hip hop. It's just that the sound needs to be authentic now.
Sure.
There's always going to be a place for hip hop.
I think we can end it off with that.
Yeah, it is called Hip Hop Galaxy.
Yeah, it's always going to be misquoted and put it right at the bottom of the screen.
Maybe put Amapiano Galaxy.
Let's not do that.
All right, man. That was the Hip Hop Galaxy podcast, episode 6. No, 7.
Hey, we need to put something up like 7.
7. Yeah, man. And that was it. We out.
Peace.